how could somebody be heartless? Then we have, how do I take revenge? Then we have, how can I expose that person for who they are so that they learn the lesson? So let's just go through these points one by one. Number one, something wrong has been done to me. Right now, I could sit and say that the price or the fees which has been charged for this coaching session, this is wrong. This is wrong, which has been done to me because somebody's taken advantage of me for very, very cheap. All right. It's a mindset. And that mindset comes from the state of feeling like a victim. Okay. Now, have you seen that old video of mine, Victim versus Victor?
Yeah, mentality. Yeah.
All right. So now if you go like, okay, something wrong has been done to me, I understand that. All right. I understand what that feeling is. But now, do you want to be a little bitch who complains about this and fights about this, and which we still will end up doing? As I said, all of this, you will need to listen to this again and again, especially in these times when you're already wounded. All right. But in the long run, also, once in a while, you should always give this a lesson, because like whatever I'm sharing with you is just really hard lessons which I've learned myself. All right. So please make use of them, because they're not worth the money which you're spending, but they have no worth, because only I know the pain that I've gone through to, be able to share all of this. So that victim mindset, that something wrong has been done to me, you need to understand that nobody ever owes you anything. Now, this is a major fucking dilemma, because then, okay, how do I get into a trusting relationship with somebody where I can count on them and stuff like that? So that's a very different topic and a very deep conversation, and it goes at a next level. So we'll save that for the future. But basically, don't worry about that right now. Think about, okay, if I'm feeling like this, that something wrong has been done to me, so I'm basically in the state of victimhood. Okay. Now, if I'm in the state of victimhood, can I operate at my best potential? I can't, because I'm in a very, very hurt state, as well as I'm in a very, like, like how a child will cry if a lollipop has been taken away from them, and you go like, this lollipop was mine. All right. Now, in this, many a times you need to see that on one side, you saw this coming in some way. All right. So in one way, it is a lesson for you to learn how to not bring yourself to this kind of situation in the future. And two, you need to realize that no matter what happens to you, never is it something in the grand scheme of things. In our human experience, subjective experience, yes, we go like something wrong was done and this and that. But you need to realize that things which are happening to you are not necessarily wrong or right. Because we spoke about the process of alchemization, it depends on you now what you do with them. Are you going to turn them into a right situation or wrong situation? Because you could use this experience to recognize which kind of people never to come close to ever again. That this is not for me. So that's a victor mind state. All right. That's okay. What do I take out of this also? They fuck me in the ass. I'm going to fucking, instead of fucking rejecting it, I'm going to take pleasure from it. I'm going to open my ass up so that at least it hurts me only less because of my own pressure. So it's basically hacking yourself. All right. But it's hacking which is so contradictory to what is happening in the moment. But when you just right now, also when you're talking to me and you're in a different state, simply because you've got company, you're sharing this with somebody, and we are talking about it at a logical, intellectual, heart, multiple levels. So when you're not in that totally consumed state by those thoughts and wounded and affected, at that time when you think about all of this, it makes sense, right?
Right.
But in the moment of feeling the pain and this thing, you'll be like, no. Because why? At that time, we are more in the animal states.
Yeah.
All right. So, and this doesn't mean, again, as I said, something wrong has been done to me, nothing is wrong and right. The same way, animal state is bad. We should not be, no. Everything has its own place. All right. In existence. Like, let's say if somebody comes to attack you, it's better to be in your animalistic self and go wild and attack back, even if you end up fucking murdering them, because you need to save yourself.
Yeah.
All right. That's an extreme example, but it's an example of how everything which is there in the universe, which looks in some way very disorderly and chaotic, it has a purpose. All right.
Yeah.
Next, coming to feeling betrayed and cheated on. Now, you would not feel betrayed and cheated on if you did not look towards this person as a source to fill a hole in your life or in your heart. All right. Because and there is something which I'm going to release pretty soon. I just recorded it yesterday, because my own personal website has to come back, because if I don't know if you've been there on the journey, I killed my personal brand online to give birth to the free man, and all the
Yeah,
focus was there.
me too.
But I need to bring the motherfucker behind it back, you know. So there is gonna be a bunch of talks of mine which are gonna be over there for very cheap, because I don't feel that, the social platforms are worth giving actual things, because it's an atmosphere of muck where just secondary Bollywood imitators are the most popular people online. So it's not my environment.
Mhm.
So, and I feel that for the right thing, you need to go to the right place so that your
Yeah,
sincerity and seriousness is demonstrated. So
right.
this feeling of betrayal and cheating, like if you look at what exactly did what, so let's just say, and I've spoken about this in some recent conversation. Let's just take that example of fate. Basically, what happens is that in each lifetime, we are supposed to learn certain lessons. All right. So for you, the lesson could be, as a sensitive person, how to be powerful. All right. Because right now you feel bad for being a sensitive person.
Yeah, as you told earlier that you were saying one thing that this is not the right era to live
Yeah.
in for.
But again, fate, right? We can't go like, why was I born in this era? Hey, mom and dad, stop fucking. You can't fucking say that, right? So maybe the lesson for us is, because it's not like everything is bad in your life, right? I'm sure there are many beautiful things.
Yeah,
The same way with me. So when you're sensitive, maybe the lesson for you is to maintain that authenticity, but generate power around it. Gentle power, but power which protects yourself, your people, power which doesn't allow people to take advantage of you in the future, etc. Maybe that is the lesson. All right. So if you're feeling betrayed and cheated, maybe you started looking at this particular person after some time for that kind of a transactional relationship where, okay, maybe I can get this from here. And you ended up falling into that trap, because that is the way life will throw the same trap to you with multiple faces, not just in faces of people, but situations also. Let's say money. All right. So maybe let's say somebody has greed. All right. And they're always looking for the quick way to make money. So, they don't come from a place where, let's say, they have no option or choice. Let's say they're comfortable from a background, so they go like, okay, let me get into real estate, I'll make money. After 1 year, no, 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 crypto is better, let me get into crypto. And then after the, no, 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 fucking, I don't know, doing some other shit is better. And they're just jumping from one place to another, never getting satisfied, always finding failure. This could be because they are not recognizing that they don't need to look outside. The problem is not there, they need to look inside. That I am greed.
mhm,
I'm i'm falling into the same trap again and again. Motherfucker, hold back.
mhm,
I'm falling into the same trap of, okay, this is where I'll get my windfall. But even if you'll get that windfall, you won't recognize it or appreciate it, because you're looking for, how do I get more of this, or it's an unending greed. All right. So the same way, for example, if there is a hole in our heart, which is there in almost every human being today, and we are trying to fulfill it. All right. And if we keep falling into the same trap again and again, you end up feeling betrayed and cheated again and again. But what happens through the human experience is just that it's an outside illusion, even though for us it's very real, that holy shit, I'm feeling betrayed and this thing. No, if you think that this is an illusion, what lies behind this, I want to know that. Then you get to learn these lessons, that okay, fuck, even though I knew, like, my gut instinct or whatever, that this kind of person not fine, or there'll be problems in the future, whatever, I still ended up falling into this trap, that if somebody is giving me some affection, some love, then holy shit, I wanted to hold on to it, and I wanted to fill myself with it. So go beyond the illusion to recognize the lesson, and also recognize that it's not bad to want love, to be fulfilled, etc. But then be ready to not get attached to it.
mhm.
Appreciate it when it's there. Be thankful to whoever is giving that to you. But getting attached to it until you have kind of mastered yourself to some level leads to pain and suffering.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. So try to keep that in mind. Third, how can she be so heartless? Dude, women are heartless. What the fuck did you expect? And I don't mean this in a bad way, but I mean that even though we think they're more emotional and they're the ones with more heart, I feel men have more nobler and gentler hearts. But beyond a certain level, it's not about even men and women. Great souls have great hearts. All right. But yeah, in the human experience of things, I think women, uh, in terms of the magnitude, a man's cruelty or heartlessness is like holy shit, Aurangzeb or Hitler. Holy shit. But what Aurangzeb or Hitler do at that magnitude, all right, regular women do almost in everyday situations, but at very, very subtle magnitudes. All right. So it's not recognizable. And whether these people did this or these people did this, everything has a role to play out in some way, good and bad. So fuck that. All right. But basically, how can she be so heartless? How can you be so heartless? Where is your heart? Not for her, for yourself. Why do you need her to be heartful for you? How can she be so heartless? How can she be so heartless? Are you even focusing on your heart? So you're talking about heartless, dude. I can give you examples. I can give you what examples? Like you'll forget about your thing. So you can't worry about how can so and so be like this or how can so and so be like that. And it sucks because we feel like we knew a person. It sucks because we feel like never thought that they would do this to me. All right. Or whatever. It depends on the kind of relation. It depends on a lot of factors. But I understand because it's hurt. Even an animal will feel hurt if it's abandoned. If my dog, like fucking, he's in the house, and if nobody comes back by the evening, like he'll be like, holy shit, what they did they leave me? How can they be so heartless? Even yeah, so it's a very real emotion. you know it's a very, very real emotion. But at that time, ask yourself, how can I be so heartless? Why am I needing her heart to be here with me? you know why do I need her heart to be here with me? Where is my heart for myself? Okay, fine, she's heartless in my eyes right now, but you have to understand that everybody is going through their own fucking shit also. All right. They're going through their own journey. They're going through their own fuck ups. One day, this person will realize that they did not do right with you, whatever. They're going on their own path. They're going to make their own mistakes. They're going to learn their own lessons. But instead of getting caught up in the web of action and reaction with the situation, place, person, etc., whatever you're feeling towards them, break past that illusion and ask, what's the reality? So why am I feeling betrayed and cheated? Why this illusory feeling, which seems so real, but why is it coming? What is the origin? All right. And then how can she be so heartless? How can I be so heartless? Where is my heart for myself? Because I can love myself right now and feel nice and warm and fuzzy, and I can go to sleep. I'm kind to myself. I know I'm there for me. So, not asking the question outside. Third, revenge. How can I take revenge? The best way to take revenge is to not do anything. One, because it's the most noble action. It's actually not the most noble. The noble is a little bit further ahead from this, which is forgiveness. But that needs your heart to expand to quite a certain level to be able to forgive. All right. But basically, that nobility can first be practiced with non reaction. Ahimsa. Otherwise, you're just indulging in hinsa, violence, whether at an emotional level or a spiritual level or a physical level or a behavioral level or a whatever. Because if you don't do anything, number one, you save yourself from the first points which we spoke about, that it's not worth it and it's not true to your own nature. So you save yourself in your own eyes. Number two, that silence is very, very powerful, even though it's taking you a lot to not explode and do something. So you're able to concentrate your power back. All right. But on the other hand, that person starts wondering, how did they not react? Or why are they not fighting? Or why are they not, on the other hand, needy and guilty and pleading and begging? So whether you wanted to work on this level in the physical, whether you wanted to work for yourself internally, that is the best revenge. I became big and strong. My whole family is a foot shorter than me, and nobody has this kind of a structure because I used to get beaten the hell up when I was a child by my own elder brother. And I never had a brother relation with him. I've not had a brother while having a brother. All right. So I used to tell myself, and we had a big age gap, so there was a big difference in size, and I used to be balled up in the corner of some room, getting kicks and fucking just like that, like horrendous. And I used to tell myself that when I grow up, I'm gonna get so big and strong, I'm gonna beat the living shit out of this person. Today, I don't do like ever since I became big and strong, I never did anything like that. You know, because why? Is it worth it? What's the difference between me and them? You could inflict the same sort of pain on this person, or you could choose to inflict a greater kind of pain. You know, but it's not worth it, and it's not true to yourself. You're going against your own heart of hearts. You're being
And
enwrapped in some sort of fury and rage, which is not really your authentic self.
and what to do in kind of things, and suppose when people say mean things or try to control or
We'll come there.
say
We'll come there.
anything.
Let me just finish this
Yeah,
particular
sure,
list,
sorry, sorry.
because no, because I simply want to give my best to you. I want to address everything
Right,
that you have said.
right.
So the last thing is, how do I expose her and how do I make her learn her lesson? Who the fuck are you? You want to play God? You want to be Shani Bhagwan, balancing out karma in life? Hmm? You can't do that.
That's
I mean, you would love to do that. You know why? Because it's that feeling of power. You're craving power. You're craving revenge, not just you're not craving revenge to teach them a lesson. You're craving revenge because right now you feel powerless and hurt and what the fuck, and you want to come back to who you are, and you were like, this is the fucking way. I want to beat the living shit out of this person. I want to show them who they are. I want the world to see. But you feeling like shit, choosing this medium will bring you back here. Because from here, you could have chosen to go here directly without any reaction and without feeding this organism. You know? So it's not worth it trying to teach people a lesson because trust me, life evens out. I am in a place in life where I have had only suffering since I don't know how long. All right. And at what levels I can't even tell you. And maybe that's how it has to maybe that's how it was to be with me, that my first half of life or these particular times were going to be suffering. Not all my life has been suffering, but all of this was supposed to be suffering oriented. And if you think about it, that's why I'm able to do all of this. If I wouldn't have gone through all of that, how would I do this? What become like one of the YouTubers who are like googling and then making a fitness channel and then making videos over there themselves, fucking have no idea of what the human body is and its potential is and its mechanics are like. And it's just crazy. So again, expose yourself, don't expose them. They used to say in school that don't blame because one finger is pointing towards them but all the others are pointing towards you. Exactly, man. you know so how can I teach her a lesson? Motherfucker, how can you teach yourself a lesson? Think about that. The game changes, the whole game changes, the whole state changes. Victim or victor, the whole fucking game changes. Okay, so this is what I had to say when it comes to this beautiful girl who has entered your life and brought a lack of beauty. Now you ask me any question that you have on this.